Hello, let's break down Instagram, not as user but as developer through reverse engineering. So, welcome. I am Ahmed Hassan. In this presentation, I will be presenting my case study on reverse engineering of the Instagram application. So, here is my table of contents, in which I have discussed about development methodology, feasibility study, requirements, design phase, then implementation, and at last about conclusion. Moving towards development methodology. Before modeling any application, we have to know which model the application is using. In the case of Instagram, they are using Agile model. What is Agile? Agile is an adaptive and flexible development methodology for software development. Instead of making everything at once, it allows us to make our project and application step by step in cyclic process. Why Instagram is using Agile model? As you know, Instagram is the most used social application nowadays. There is a lot of user interactions and a lot of user feedbacks. So they has to update their features like reels, stories, messaging, browsing regularly. Using Agile model, there is a lot of benefits like faster feature releases, easy updates, and user better experience. Now we will talk about feasibility study. While modeling any application, we have to know is the model is feasible or not. So at first we'll talk about technical feasibility. Instagram is technically feasible due to scalable cloud infrastructure and advanced backend systems. It uses modern technologies like AI, databases, and distributed servers. The system can handle millions of user and real-time interactions efficiently. Now, operational feasibility. Instagram is very easy to use with simple and user-friendly interface. It supports user daily activities like posting, messaging, and browsing without complexity. The system aligns well with user needs and social behavior. Now, economic feasibility. Instagram is economically feasible through advertising, promotions, and business features. It generates strong revenue with low operational cost per user. The platform ensures long-term profit and growth for the company. Here is the requirement part. Here is the requirements phase, in which I have discussed about functional and non-functional requirements. First, functional requirements. Functional requirements are those which describes the system behavior, like user can create account, user can post their photos and videos, user can message, user can like, comment, and share. Secondly, non-functional requirements. Non-functional requirements are those which describes the system performance and security, like scalability, availability, usability, reliability, etc. Now I will explain the design phase of my project. In this phase, the system is visually represented using different diagrams to understand how the application works, how user interact, and how data flows inside the system. In design phase, I have discussed some diagrams: wireframe, flowchart, cross-functional flowchart, data flow diagram, use case diagram, and at last UML diagram. Wireframes. Wireframes represent the basic layout of the Instagram interface. They show how different screens like home, search, reels, and profile are structured. It focused on layout and navigation rather than colors or design details. Flowchart. The flowchart shows the step-by-step working of the system. It explains how a user logs in, perform action like posting or searching, and how the system responds. It helps in understanding the complete workflow of the application. Now, cross-functional flowchart. This diagram shows how different components like user, app, server, and database interact with each other. It explains the responsibilities of each part and how they work together to complete actions like posting or messaging. Now, use case diagram. The use case diagram represents the interaction between the user and the system. It shows what actions a user can perform, such as creating post, viewing feed, sending messages, and managing profile. Now, data flow diagram. The data flow diagram shows how data moves within the system. It explains how user inputs like login or post creation and processed and stored in the database, and how outputs like feed updates are generated. Now, UML diagram. The UML diagram represents the structure of the system. It shows different classes like user, posts, messages, and their relationships. It helps us understanding how the system is designed intentionally. This was my design phase. These diagrams together provide a clear and complete visualization of how the Instagram system is designed and operates. Here is the implementation part. It built using modern technologies for mobile and website also. It uses APIs for real-time communication. It stores data in scalable databases. It implements security for user protection. It ensures smooth performance through optimization. Here is the conclusion part. Finally, this project shows that Instagram is a highly scalable and user-friendly platform. It successfully combines modern technologies with strong user engagement. Overall, it is technically strong, operationally efficient, and economically profitable, making it a useful and successful real-world application. Now, I'll briefly explain the SWOT analysis of Instagram. Strengths. Instagram's main strength is its large user base and highly engaging features like Reels, Stories, and messaging. Weaknesses. One key weakness is privacy concern and its dependency on continuous internet connectivity. Opportunities. Instagram has strong opportunities in AI-based features, advertising growth, and continuous innovation. Threats. The main threats include strong competition from platforms like TikTok and risk related to data security. This Gantt chart represents the timeline of my project development. First, I completed the requirement analysis, followed by designing wireframes and diagrams. Then I moved to the development phase where the system was implemented. After that, testing was done to ensure everything works properly, and finally, the project was deployed. Modeling makes system understandable. Now, here are my references. And with that, I conclude my presentation. Thank you. Hello, let's break down Instagram, not as user but as developer.